Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's the Figma SP-086, the Scream from their Table Museum series. And this is another pretty good release. There's probably only one minor issue with mine that I'll get to in a second, but just on the box art, if you've seen some of my previous reviews over the last couple of days, you'll know what you're going to get. And there's some artwork there on the back on how you can sort of play around with the figure. I do love those P-signed swap out hands, and they're probably the ones that I'm going to use in my collection. But when I look at that love heart, that looks pretty good too. But lots of fun options with this particular set. So I'll just get him out of the way. You get the diorama backdrop, which is pretty nicely done. The framing is a little bit fragile. It's sort of put together with these interconnecting pieces. It does come like this out of the box, but it, as you can see there, it does start coming apart slightly, so you just need to make sure you're pegging them all in to get the frame sort of looking as best as you can. But the backdrop there is the iconic artwork by Edward Munch, and it does look pretty nice as a backdrop there. The only other accessory, apart from the stand, you do get the little stabilizer if you ever need that, and then a whole bunch of those swap out hands that I was talking about. So there are the peace sign hands there, and these two hands that come together for the love heart. So that's pretty nice, and they do look fairly nicely painted with that sort of dirt wash and crazy style of his with all of those various colors. But that's pretty much it for the accessories, so I'll just get all that out the way and get onto the figure itself. Alright, so here is the figure, and if you've seen the previous three, which have more of a humanoid sort of style, this one is a little bit different in that it's got this sort of strange, unique style that is almost ghost-like. And the interesting thing that I only found out reading the instructions is that the base is magnetized, so theoretically you could have it up on a like a fridge or a magnetized magnet board or something like that. But what I found was the magnet's not that strong, so it does start sliding down, and you don't want that sort of coming off. So I'm not sure how you can stabilize it once it's up on a vertical sort of surface like that, but I guess I'm assuming some others might have done that, so I'll probably check the internet for some photos, but we'll see how we go. But for me, I'm probably just going to have it vertically standing upright in my collection. For the body itself, the paint application's not too bad. You get all of that sort of black shading with the various highlights in blue and red and yellow and so on. And then all of these articulation points, you can get it bending quite a fair way. Maybe it was up that I got it the other time. So you can sort of get it in a bit of a curve, but it's, I guess due to the mold, it does sort of tend to only sort of curve in one particular direction, but with the rotations and so on, you can get it into most positions that you would like. And the elbow and shoulder joints are pretty much like the other figures, that are quite nice and firm, and they are that sort of darker shade of grey to fit in with the outfit, so that's quite nice. I think the wrist joints probably are the worst in that the colours, I mean, it's this sort of orangey colour, so it doesn't quite fit in with the sort of greenish tinge with the rest of the skin tone and so on, but I guess that's a fairly minor point. From a head sculpt perspective, it looks pretty good. Mine did come with an issue that I'm not sure if you're able to pick up. Just to the side of the eye, there was this blue splotch of paint that was on there, and I did manage to scratch it off, but it left this sort of bare patch in the underlying paint. So I got my kids' colour pencils actually. So I didn't even use paint, I used some of their sort of darkish green and brown colour pencil, and I just coloured that in, and it doesn't look too bad. But I do, for the price of these things, I did want it sort of undamaged, so I did put in a request with Pop Culture last week to see if I could get a replacement head sculpt at least. Even if I had to sort of send this figure back. But with that sort of fix in the meantime, it doesn't look too bad or too noticeable, so I'm fairly happy with it so far. But I'll see how I go this week in hearing back from them. It's been a few days and I haven't heard from them, so I probably will call them Monday morning. But overall, the figure looks pretty damn good, and if you're into this sort of classic art and so on, as I've been saying in the other reviews, this really will be up your alley. And it's just something a little bit different, and yes, it's a bit esoteric, but it's definitely a conversation starter in the collection, just for something a bit different and non-mainstream, because my collection is full of mostly Star Wars and Marvel and sort of 80s action and so on. So these do stand out as something a little bit different, and it's something I really do like. So hopefully you like my look at this particular figure, and can give the video a like and subscribe too. Stay tuned for the video coming up next, and that will be the Terracotta Warrior. So I've got the Terracotta Warrior and the new Tutankhamun Deluxe set. So hopefully you can stick around for that. And until then, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.